Have you ever been speaking English perfectly fine for like an hour and then suddenly your brain just entirely shuts down? Like you forget basic words, your personality vanishes, and you literally just want to escape the room.
Oh my gosh, yes. That sudden, embarrassing wall is just universally dreaded. I mean, it literally feels like your intellect is evaporating in real time.
Right. Well, welcome back to English Unfiltered. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie.
And today we're doing a deep dive into the hidden truth behind that exact mental crash. Our mission is to decode what's actually happening in your brain when your fluency, suddenly flatlines. And spoiler alert, you can stop blaming your vocabulary.
Exactly. Because when you look at the social psychology behind this, it completely flips the script. That moment your brain shuts down, It's not a language failure at all. It is a massive, emotional and cognitive crash.
Wait, an emotional crash. So it's not just me forgetting how verbs work.
No, not at all. Think about what's happening invisibly behind the scenes. Native speakers never notice this, but when you're operating in a second language, you're doing constant background processing.
Like predicting vocabulary and that sort of thing.
Right, but also adapting socially and, monitoring emotional reactions.
Yeah.
For native speakers, reading social cues is mostly automatic. It takes almost zero energy, but you are forcing your brain into active, conscious processing.
So it's not just speaking. It's like having 50 browser tabs open in your head. You're tracking grammar on tab 1, analyzing pronunciation on tab 2.
Yes, and scanning for social acceptance on tab 3, all at the exact same time.
Oh, wow. No wonder the system fans start screaming.
Right. That active manual processing requires an immense amount of psychological energy. And since you're so hyper-aware of potentially making a mistake or facing rejection, your brain actually shifts into survival mode.
Survival mode, just from speaking English.
Literally, yes. It triggers this psychological phenomenon known as social masking.
Okay, social masking. I want to dig into that because that isn't just about language, right? That's about your actual identity.
Exactly. You unconsciously modify your actual personality. You water down your humor. You alter your emotional intensity, all just to avoid making errors.
That makes so much sense because in your native language, if you want to make a sarcastic joke, you fire it off impulsively.
Right, it's automatic. But in English, your prefrontal cortex acts like this overzealous security guard.
Oh, a security guard. So it intercepts the joke before you can say it.
Yeah, it doubts the cultural translation, it worries about the tone, and ultimately it just decides to suppress the impulse. You end up playing it safe.
Which means you're delivering this heavily diluted, safer version of yourself. That sounds incredibly exhausting psychologically. You're constantly inhibiting your natural instincts.
Completely exhausting. I mean, you aren't just communicating, you are performing. You're maintaining this highly monitored artificial version of your personality just to navigate the interaction safely.
And all that masking just drains your psychological energy tank. So if we're constantly inhibiting impulses and manually processing grammar, your brain eventually forces a shutdown, right?
Exactly. It has to protect itself. It realizes it's running out of metabolic resources, so it cuts power to non-essential functions. This is fluency fatigue.
Fluency fatigue. So it's not a lack of fluency or some kind of intellectual weakness.
No, it is pure emotional overload.
Yeah.
And the symptoms are wild. Your thinking slows to an absolute crawl.
Right. You get that emotional numbness.
Yeah, and you lose the ability to read the room entirely. Plus, you get this overwhelming, almost primal urge to just socially withdraw.
That feeling of, please don't look at me, don't ask me a single question.
Yes, that is fluency fatigue. It's pure emotional overload from operating in a second language for an extended period.
Wow. So operating in English is an emotional marathon, not just an intellectual one.
A biological necessity, honestly. You're running miles in your mind before a single word even leaves your lips.
So next time you hit that wall and your English suddenly feels broken, stop thinking your skills are slipping. You don't need more vocabulary flashcards. Your brain just desperately needs recovery from constant self-monitoring.
Exactly. Remember those 50 open browser tabs? Sometimes you just need to shut the laptop, walk away, and let your system reboot.
Which leaves me thinking about the broader implications. If operating in a second language inevitably causes this severe cognitive crash, consider the global business world.
Oh, that is a terrifying thought.
Right. How many billion-dollar negotiations or international treaties are being shaped simply because half the room is secretly experiencing fluency fatigue? Are we losing out on brilliant ideas just because someone's cognitive battery hit zero?
That is such a huge blind spot in international relations.
Something to chew on the next time you're in a multilingual meeting. Anyway, Until next time, keep digging deeper.